Hello and welcome! Today we will look at Heaven World. A Heaven World is something that a guild of level 3 or higher can obtain. Let's just have a fast look where you can find them. Heaven Worlds are placed around the world. Are actually in every country. As you can see, every country has them. However, it's only on the country's main island, they are not on the small ones. As you can see. And not the middle newbie island as well. So yeah, they are found around here. Every week, new Heaven Worlds will go on auction. And if you want to buy one, you have to at least have a guild of level 3 and have a lot of cash. Because they you will have to bid on a Heaven World. And it's only the guild master and the ones with permission that can bid on a Heaven World. After a week of bidding, the one with the highest bid will then win the Heaven World and then can move into the Heaven World. And let's just have a fast look on how a Heaven World looks. Alright, well now you're inside the Heaven World, so let's have a look around. The first thing you'll notice is the small building people and the building boss or rotas, or what it's called. But let's have a fast look at the resource box here. The resource box is played mods where you sacrifice items to get more resource points. Resource points is needed to build buildings. And depending on what level of item you sacrifice, you will get different kind of resource points. And it depends on the level. So if you sacrifice a level 90, you will get 19 points. Ta-da! Alright, now you have a basic understanding of that. Let's have a look at what you can build. And yes, you can see we can build pretty much anything around here. Of course not anything, but you can build stuff, and you can make more lands by building and stuff. And as you can see right now, we have built 2 houses, as a portal, a zip, and a phoenix, and a guild hall. And we build a little field and a place for trees right here. And over here there's you can't see that right now, but someone messed up a little, but I'm gonna show that to you a little later. Okay, let's first have a look at buildings. Alright. The guild hall. The guild hall is basically a building you need to build to do anything, pretty much. When you build the first guild hall, you pretty much get permission to build level 2 buildings. And as you can see, we already built the sap and the phoenix, and we built 2 houses. The reason we are building houses instead of any of the orders at the moment, at least what I believe, is that you need 3 houses to upgrade the guild hall. So you can build level 3 items, or level 3 buildings. But let's have a look at the buildings. Alright, the first one is a blank building. It's pretty much just a building you build, where you can place anything inside. It's pretty much just like a big crafting hall, so it's not really that important. Of course, there's the sap. The plus by having the sap is that you cannot town portal to the Heaven World, but you can town portal out at a lesser cost. So that's kind of nice. And the Phoenix here. The Phoenix, what we'll call it. Yeah, you can bind yourself to the world, so whenever you die, you end up in the Heaven World. And after that, it's pretty close to a portal. It's not that bad. And the next one is the Tavern, that reduces building time. And in the beginning, building time is not really that big of an issue, because you don't really, you don't have the materials to build things. The next one is the one that I actually think is one of the most interesting buildings. It's pretty much a building that you build. Whenever something is killed inside your Heaven World, there's a chance that you will gain some of that loot. So let's say that I go out and kill 10 cats, and I get 10 cat hair. There's a chance that you will also get one of those cat hairs. You will not, you will not steal one of mine. You will just get one extra. And let's say I kill 10 cracklers, and I get 1,000 cameras. Of course, I know that's not the correct, but that's just example. and get 1,000 cameras, you'll probably get around 100 cameras. But all that is going to be transferred to the guild bank. So killing stuff in the heaven world would actually give you more to the guild by basically if you do this correctly, people will then flock to you will go to your heaven world because it's a nice place to be. Everything is set up correctly, and you can just go kill stuff easily, no pain, no gain, or something like that. And the guild will actually benefit for people being in your world and killing stuff. So that is one of the most interesting buildings, in my opinion. And the next building is, yeah, that's pretty much just a really useful building to have. It's a laboratory. It increases the chances of you planting stuff. And right now I think it's 20-30%. Let's just have a fast look. Let's see. Oh, I can't plant this here. Do you have any flowers? Well, let's just gain some flowers fast. And let's have a look. See, can I plant? See, it's 30%. So it's actually gonna be pretty high with 50% too. So that's definitely a building you want to get your hands on if you want to plant stuff in here, because it's a pretty nice place to actually run around and do what do I call it, herbalism or lumberjack if you build enough of lumberjack places to plant trees. So let's have a look at next building. Of course, housing. Houses are normally what I call it. They in the beginning you're probably just going to build them because they're a requirement to get to the next level. But houses they're kind of neat. It's like having your own house in a way. Plus, whenever you build a house, you get extra storage space in your guild bank. So that's a bonus too. Oh, alright, let's have a look at level 3 buildings. The first one is the marketplace. The marketplace is also a little interesting, as marketplace is only linked to other other heaven worlds. So if you're the first one to build a marketplace, it's not linked to anyone. But if let's say everyone has a marketplace in the heaven world, every heaven world is then linked together in one big marketplace, and that is really interesting in my opinion. And the next one is this is just a useful building to have, because every hour this will give you resources points for pretty much doing nothing. And the next one is just more storage. You get more 20 more storage place to your guild bank. It's nice, but not really super important. And this to increase the number of workers that you you can have to go around building stuff. I got a little feeling that you will need 4 workers to get to the last levels, and that is pretty much why this building is used. And the next one this is one of my favorites. It's a monster launching cannon in a way, that you actually you go out, find seeds for a creature, put it inside this machine, and it will pretty much spawn those creatures all over your heaven world. So is it an automatical breather of monsters? So pretty neat. And the next one is a karma building thingy, but it'll allow you to build new and bigger karma recipes. And I think the first one to get their hands on this one is gonna be pretty rich. So that's not that bad. Let's have a look next. The next one, they're just really useful buildings, but not like, oh, I really want them, because they're just a shitload of crafting XP to every profession, pretty much. It's like those buildings you really, really want, but you don't really need, but you really want them still. And let's have a look at the train then. And yeah, the train is pretty much, the first one is dirt tracks. Pretty much just a kind of a road map. Next one is where the road map is kind of made of stone. The next one is grass. If you like different color for grass, I suppose. Now here it begins to get interesting. You can plant resources. Different kinds of course. The first one is not that important because let's just be honest, who really want to fish in this game? And fishing can't be used for shit at the moment, so. The next one is a lot more interesting. You can actually plant curries or mines. Any type you want. Of course, the higher you get up, the more expensive it becomes. So you can pretty much make your entire heaven world into one big mining operation if you want. But I don't think anyone is going to do that. And of course you can plant fields. We have already planted one little field here. And you can also plant forests. We have planted one little right here. And you can build fences. So if you want to build a complex fencing system, you can do that. And decorations. We have built one little decoration here to, it's pretty, I suppose. And dungeons. This is where I think the combination of one building is going to benefit you a lot. Because if you build this building, whenever someone killed anything inside the dungeon, there's a chance that you will get some of that loot. So, if you really want some, let's see, red set. Let's just say that you really want that. You're gonna build that dungeon, and you're gonna build this building, and you and your body's just gonna ransack that dungeon inside your heaven world. And you can actually be lucky that every time you get out, that some of that loot is actually in the guild bank. So I think that is pretty interesting, and can't wait to see what people come up with. But let's just have a look around the heaven world. See, so you can see people been planting stuff around, and the heaven world is like actually for the one who has permission, it's just like one big heaven bag. You can plant whatever you want, decorate whatever you want inside. Of course, you can place doors also. My opinion is just a pain in the ass. And someone saying hey to me. Don't have time right now. As you can see, there's houses. They didn't really decorate. Alright, this is what I promised you. That someone ran in and planted polar cracklers all over. And they didn't really want to kill them because the groups was kind of insane. So they came up with a fix. Closing him off in the corner. We didn't call it a fix, but there you go. And here we have a little forest with trees. I don't know really what she's doing, my guild master, but yeah. Let's have a look over here. What do we have? And here's one, as you can see, trying to decorate, make it feel like home. Yeah, even a bed. And here you can see the chest for that particular house. Not really that big, but if you can upgrade the houses, I can first show you that. Oh, come on, get out. It's blue signs here. If you are a member of the guild, you can go read those. And you can see if I want to upgrade it, it becomes to look like that. And of course that is a little expensive. So can we actually upgrade the ship? Let's have a look. No, we cannot upgrade that, but you can upgrade the guild house, and as you can see, probably say that we need one more house. Yep, one more house and we can upgrade the guild hall. And it's pretty expensive to upgrade the guild hall. And 5 days. So it's gonna be exciting to see where things go from here with the heaven worlds. At the moment, not many heaven worlds is that big and exciting, but a month or two, I can promise you the heaven worlds is gonna be pretty exciting to look at. You should every time you see a heaven world that's open, go in, have a look around, and can promise you it's mostly worth a look. So hope that helped you the basic understanding on how Heaven Worlds works.